Hello students, today we will study Chapter 2 Children at Work from Class 8th Supplementary Reader book It So Happened. Dear students, Children at Work is an excerpt which is taken from the book Trash on Rag Picker, Children and Recycling. Dear students, this is a combined book by Geeta Wolf, Anushka Ravishankar and Arijit Sen. This is the story of a boy named Velu. This is a sensible story which focuses on the living of slum children. This story teaches us to be empathic with these children and help whatever we can. Here, empathic means the understanding that we should have for others. Velu, the protagonist or the main character of this story, is a small boy of 11 years. So let's see the summary of part 1. Velu is found on the platform when the story begins. He got off means comes outside the train at Chennai Central Railway Station. His legs were unsteady, as if he was still standing in a moving train. It was because of tiredness, weakness, and fear. The crowd and the way the people looked upon him made him miserable. He sat on a bench on the platform with his small bundle beside him. He was very hungry. For 2 days he had eaten nothing but some peanuts and a piece of jaggery. You might be thinking that Velu was so young. Then how alone he went to the train and how he reached the Chennai railway station? So dear students, he had run away from home because his father used to beat him a lot and snatch away all the money Velu and his sisters earned. And his father spent all the money on drink. So he was fed up of his life. He got into a railway train without a ticket. He had to do so because he had no money. He escaped the ticket collector's notice. Means he was running away from the ticket collector, and he saved himself from him because the ticket collector did not come to that unreserved compartment where Velu was sitting. Suddenly, he heard a rough voice calling him. He saw a girl around his age. She was wearing a banyan. Velu just looked at her blankly, vacantly. He was confused. How can a girl wear a banyan like boys? He had never seen girls wearing banyan like that girl. As well as he was also ashamed because he was not able to talk to a girl. And on the other hand, the girl was talking so boldly to him. This made him vacant. Then again that girl asked his name. And she guessed rightly that Velu had run away from home. She told him that he wouldn't get food sitting there. The girl was rag picker, the person who collects the rags or waste material and sells it to the junk shop, and in this way they earn money. The girl picked her sack and moved away. Velu thought she was his only hope, so he followed her because in that new city he did not know anyone, and the girl herself had come to him to show him the path, what to do. So he followed that girl. Let's see the summary of part 2. Velu had no English, means he did not know how to read and write English. Velu followed the girl, and after chasing, he was now walking with her. The two came on the road, but because it was so crowded place, Velu had no experience to cross such busy roads. So the girl helped him cross the road with her. They walked along the side of the road. There were huge signboards above them. The writing was all in English. Velu understood nothing. This showed that he did not know English. Afterwards, they walked for a long time. The girl pointed out one building with the wall around it. Velu read the Tamil sign on it. It was written Central Jail. The girl laughed. She told him to be careful if he wanted not to be inside that jail. Velu said that he hadn't done anything wrong. Why would he go to jail? But the girl said that it didn't matter. The important thing was he shouldn't be caught. Means in that big city like Chennai, she warned her that it is not only if you do wrong then only you will go to jail. She warned him that he had to save himself from the police, because police can catch anyone on doubts. After about an hour's walk, they stopped in front of a big building. The sign on the building read Shri Rajeshwari Prasanna Kalyana Mandapam. Velu read it as it was in Tamil, like the sign on the central jail. Velu looked at the huge hall and the crowds of people inside. He asked the girl if they were going to eat there. He was so happy that they were going to eat delicious food in this party. But the girl ridiculed him. Then she led him to a garbage bin behind the hall, and she offered him a crushed banana from there. Velu was shocked. He asked if they were going to eat that leftover food. The girl disagreed. She said that she ate only untouched food. She threw him a vada. Velu looked at it with distaste. However, he was too hungry to refuse any food, so he ate the banana as well as the vada. The girl could find only one more banana, which she ate herself. So, dear students, you saw that both the children filled their stomach by eating the food taken from garbage bin, means dustbin. They had no money, and the children like Velu and the girl have to eat like this only from the garbage bin. Dear students, the girl's name was Jaya. She picked up a couple of bottles from the heap. She said she had to do her work. Seeing her going, Velu panicked. He got tensed and he followed her, because there was no one to whom he knew in that new city. So being tensed, he followed the girl as he had no option. Now let's see the summary of part 3. They walked on for half an hour. They came to a bridge across a dirty trickle of water. Jaya called it Buckingham Canal. Near some puddles of water, there was a row of huts. These were strangest huts Velu had ever seen. They were made up of all sorts of things like metal sheets, tires, bricks, wood, and plastic. These huts stood crookedly, means roughly, and looked as if they would fall at any moment. To Velu, these huts looked strange because in his village the houses were made of mud and palm leaves. Jaya dumped her sack outside a hut. Then she picked up an empty one, means whatever waste materials and rags she had collected in the sack, she kept it carelessly. She threw it near her hut and she took a new sack. She gave Velu a pair of old shoes without laces. She handed him a sack and stick also. Velu was confused. Then Jaya explained that she was a rag picker. This was the only work she could give to Velu if he wanted any. Children like her collected paper, plastic, glass, etc. Then they sell them to Jaggu of Jam Bazaar. Jaggu sells them to a factory. This time, Velu hesitated. He hadn't come to Chennai to dig through garbage, to collect garbage, waste material, and to sell it. However, he felt he must do it until he finds a better job. So he followed her with a sigh, being sad. Dear students, this small story teaches us that how the children of 10, 11 years of age or smaller than them become rag pickers. They have no option to do any work. They run away from their home due to the ill behavior and ill treatment of their parents. And while going to big cities, they do such kind of mean work. Even they have nothing to eat, so they are forced to eat from dustbins or garbage bins, which seems so painful. Dear students, this story teaches us that the children who face difficulty in their life, the hardships and the adversities make them bold. They start learning to live with problems and they enjoy the life. The parents of these slum areas often beat the children and snatch money for their own pleasure. They fulfill their needs, but they do not take care of the children. It is a message for the parents that they should never treat their children rudely as the parents of Velu did. These kind of situations only force the children to do such mean works. This is their tender age. They also need love and care from others. And more than that, they need education. So we should always help such needy children. So hope you felt the problems of such children. Thank you very much for watching the video.